A lot of people, ask us, who we ran into on the streets. And again, in Long Island, there was a lot more people than you think. One name that always comes to mind was Tony Ducks Corallo. And I have a few things to say about this. As we discussed in the book Made on Long Island, we actually increased the fireworks sales like crazy. John's biggest swipe at his own people, including Angela, was when they had fireworks stores in locations like Oceanside, for example, Long Beach, Massapequa. They didn't run them properly. These places were even closed sometimes on, afternoons of July 2nd and July 3rd. The reason is these other guys were making so much money, they didn't care about fireworks. But we did. We were hungry. John knew that, and John turned those places over to us. Now, by doing that, we also were given permission to go and give bouncers and bartenders our price list, and we said, we'll be up here, 1, 2 in the morning to sell it. But our fireworks stores, if you want to laugh, the first 2 weekends before July 4th, especially out in Bayville, we had those stores open at 4 in the morning. Why? Because when people stumbled out of the bars, they knew they had to get their fireworks. We were open. They came to us. It was actually funny because Ducks Corallo lives up that way, or used to, of course, in Oyster Bay Cove area. And that's not all that far from Bayville for people that are familiar. And the Nassau cops, the first couple times we did this, there's a small little road called Bayville Road. It might be wide now, but back then it was not. We had cars all over the place. Like, what the hell is going on here? How is there, 35, 40 cars blocking the street at 4 in the morning? Neighbors complained, but again, it goes back to our hook of having the cops. So the cops were told by us about it. There'd be people calling up the precinct, what's going on here? What's all this noise? And the cops like, oh, we have cops, so don't worry about it. They were protecting us. There's no other way to put it. And that was a great thing. But back to Ducks Corallo in that area. One of the bars we rubbed elbows with, we made a usual deal where we'd cut the bartenders in for like 20% or whatever they brought us. Manager, bartender. It didn't matter the title. We would just give the establishment 20%, let them chop it up. Now, Ducks Corallo did own a lot of these places, and one of them that he owned, he actually called our top guy, Tommy, in one time. And Tommy was like, what's going on here? I don't want to go to see anybody I don't know. He didn't even know he was going to meet Ducks Corallo. They bring him down some long hallway and stuff, dark and stuff. And the guy was talking shit to him on the way there. So Tommy's like, listen, I'm with John on 101st Avenue, which is what we were all supposed to say. The guy didn't care. Guy gave Tommy a little bit more like threatening shit. And Tommy's like, listen, I am with John on 101st Avenue. That's supposed to mean something. But to this jerk, it didn't. Well, when he got in the room, it was Ducks Corallo himself. And Ducks Corallo was in there, and he was like congratulating our guys on doing great business. And then he said something like he's going to change the deal around. So Tommy's like, yeah, whatever you want, man. This guy's a freaking boss of a family at the time, or he was, acting boss, whatever it was. I think he was the boss of Lucchese's when this happened. And Tommy expected he'd want more of the money, and he's like, no, here's the new deal. You guys keep everything. Do not give my people a damn penny. My people are supposed to report to me what is going on at my club, and then I would tell them, take this much, take that much. My guys didn't do shit here. You guys did all the work, and my guys kept it from me, so here's how we work it. You keep every penny of profit, and under any circumstances, under no circumstances, are you to give our guys a penny. Now, we liked Ducks Corallo the few times we met him, me especially. Went to his house in Oyster Bay Cove to drop him a ton of great fireworks. He told us not to. We knew where he lived, and we said, no, we're going to do it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? So we did that.